Looking at this rooms to go flyer. It's kind of hot, like the things they got for the kids' bedrooms and stuff. Like right there, we got the Frozen. I think that's hot. You know, they already had like a little trundle thing out, but like, you know, that's cool too right there. And with the extra bed and everything. Of course, the TV want to pipe up extra loud on commercials.
Italy's #1 cheese brand.
Anyway, oh, all right, that's better. I mean, I can stop it. I'm not a professional or anything. I just do this. I do this because I really, normally I journal, you know. But like I said, like, you know, I've had a lot of losses in my family, and I feel like, at one point I felt like, somebody would be around to tell the tales, but with all the losses, it feels like, let me just go and get this out there in cyberspace. My personality type. Who knows? AI might adopt my brand. Who knows? Oh man. Now I'm feeling like I just have to restart the video because it's already almost like 2 minutes in. Decisions. Okay. Well, I came on here to talk about, like, since I kind of complain about work a lot, and it's more about human behavior than work. That's the thing. I'm analyzing human behavior. The work is really, no sweat. Until the human element gets added, then, it's a different ball game. All right, but anyway, like my first job, I was like 16. And I remember it because I told my mom, like, you know, I don't want to say a big girl, but anyway, I was telling my mom, I'm older now, and I want to be able to, buy my own clothes, like take that burden off of her, and get a job, for little things like that, like, but anyway, she understood. And so she took me, to McDonald's or whatever, and I was like, I'm just gonna go get an application. But like when I went in there, the general manager, you know, uh, he had like all his paperwork at the table doing interviews that day. And I was in a short set. I was like, I'm not dressed for an interview. I just came, for an application. And he looked at me and he was like, I'll give you an interview today if you go fill this application out. And, even though I felt like, I said I don't look the part, I felt like it was one of those moments in the universe where I had to make a decision. And I was a teenager, 16. So, and it was like going in the summertime. And I was like, okay. I got so nervous, of course, because I thought I was just coming in to get an application. So I went and I filled it out, and my mom was patient enough to like wait in the car while I filled it out and everything. And I went back in and I interviewed and I got hired that day. And that guy, his name was Jeff, and I never forgot Jeff because, he gave me my first shot. And, not only that, he could let me walk away or whatever, knowing that maybe he filled his quota for the day and then that would have been the end of it. He, basically insisted like, hey, come on now. Like I know that you're in shorts, but maybe I look, perfect enough. That he was like, like, hey, because, my generation, right? Here I go, off subject. But my generation, Generation X. Now, even though, yes, we, raised ourselves, latchkey kids and all that kind of stuff. Our parents gave us stern, like, talking tos, lectures, and, backhand pops and all kinds of things to reiterate it. Like, they might not have been there every step, but they left like strict and like, don't open this door for anyone, strict instructions and stuff, when they did, you go outside, but when it gets dark, it's a different element out there. So when those street lights come on, you better be home. You see what I'm saying? My family had a thing where, like, and if our porch light is on, you better be somewhere you can see it. If you somewhere you can't see our porch light, you too far. Our porch light, All right, but anyway, with the work ethic, I don't remember everybody, but I remember Jeff, of course, because he hired me, Cynthia and Sandy. Those were like the big three. I remember them almost more than, my peers, from high school and everything. I mean, even though I'm pretty sure I can think and remember some people, but, those three, they were, the adults, the management, and they ran it. That McDonald's like a tight ship. Like, you were not allowed to put salt on the fries if you didn't do it in the shape of an M back then. I don't know what they do now. But you won't allow, you get kicked off the fries if you won't doing the M. And like, it seemed crazy, but they were like really on that stuff. They would give us awards and everything, like little pins or whatever, for like knowing, like, pop quizzes, how long does it take to cook the fries, or how long, what's the holding time, what's the temperature, et cetera, how many ounces in the small, a whole lot of little things, but they made it, fun, exciting, and, prideful. That's the word I'd use. They put that inside me, that, see, the outside world, basically, you're going to be passing out ketchup for a living. I can see when you grow up, they put it down. Oh, paper or plastic when you grow up, based on your grades. You know what I'm saying? That's how my peers was, like, I can see who's going to be pumping gas when they grow up. Yeah, you right. I mean, that's how we used to dig on each other, or whatever. But once I started working at a McDonald's, I saw how well oiled it was, and I just basically grew a different pride toward it, instead of like, I just, ask people, here to go for a living. It was like, no, I help people who are doing other things get their lunch, breakfast, or dinner for a living. One thing I liked about, I'm rambling. Goodbye to anybody checking out. But anyway, one thing I liked about like working at Chick-fil-A is like once a month we were allowed to like give away like one, free, milkshake to deserving, customer, person, family, whoever it was. Like sometimes, like they said, for example, it'd be someone's birthday, you know what I mean? And like, maybe you help them celebrate, or maybe like, the softball team, they won or something, and, the MVP player or what have you, you know what I mean? And, the whole point was you wanted to get people used to, like, when good things happen to them, they want to come to your area to celebrate it, And in this case, it was Chick-fil-A, you know what I'm saying? Like, they, oh, we won, let's go to Chick-fil-A. A nice little correlation there, you know what I'm saying? But now, I'm not saying all McDonald's run like this, but that McDonald's put a work ethic in me that, has only grown since, but, it put a superiority. I don't know if you ever seen Downton Abbey, the early season, like the first season. Those people, not the rich people, the servants or whatever. They were servants, but they took such pride in there. You didn't even know they were supposed to be poor for real, or whatever, and that's how it was. But as I got older, I started adding finesse. 10 minutes. Oh wow. Okay. Bye.